Trump Justice Department, as you just heard reported there by our Caitlin Polance, and they simply cannot come up with an answer as to exactly what Doge is. If they cannot answer that question to a judge, then how will any of these cases go forward?
The answer is, in my opinion, in almost all of these cases, they should be frozen. I mean, they can proceed as a matter of a lawsuit, but at the first step, as we saw in one of the cases with the Federal Teachers Union, the American Federation of Teachers, there's a TRO imposed just to freeze this. And a big part of why those TROs are being granted and why I think they should be granted across the board is because these answers aren't very clear. I mean, the main themes in these lawsuits are, of course, violation of privacy laws and violations of the APA Administrative Procedures Act because there is no procedure going on whatsoever. But if the government can't answer that, really, it's got to be frozen right now because it's a per se violation. There's no authority to do anything right now because they haven't articulated who they are.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you that. What is Musk and Doge's authority? The president couldn't seem to answer exactly what he is legally. He called him a patriot, which is not a legal term. What is the authority that they are basing this on? They have not been confirmed. Musk nor the group of his Doge guys been confirmed by Congress. So can you give us some sense of what their authority is to do these firings?
From a legal sense right now, forget about the burden of proof. We just don't have any information to understand what category to put them in. We're speculating, kind of like making the arguments for them. If they were regular government employees, if the head of the agency has engaged in some sort of normal Administrative Procedure Act process, some of these things maybe could pass judicial scrutiny as not requiring a statute passed by Congress. But in this situation, we're just extrapolating from these things. Even Musk's role, first he was not a government employee, now he's a special government employee. Let's not even touch upon problems for his lack of disclosures of potential conflicts of interest and who looks at that besides Trump saying, oh, no conflicts there. So the answer is it's really unknown. And if you have a legal posture where the government is unable to articulate who they are, what safeguards are in place, what is their authority, then everything should stop right now. It's hard for the judges, obviously. I mean, there's so much confusion. I mean, one analogy I'd make is if you had a surveillance camera during a bank robbery, but the camera's actually a microscope, you're not going to get a great view of the robbery that's going on. And that's one of the problems with legal focus is it's got to be very small and minute in a lot of ways. And it's hard from a single perspective like that, such a microscopic perspective, to take into account these gigantic problems that are happening.
Yeah, ultimately, you think that Congress would also have to step in here. So far, they've been mum when it comes to the power of Doge and Elon Musk. I do want to ask you a question, and I don't love snark, but I just had to ask. What is the definition of semi-fired? Is there a legal definition for that, or?
No, there's not. So, not to be snarky, but it's just not a legal definition at all.
This is part of the confusion, is it not?
Is Musk a government employee? Kind of.
Right.
Right.
Shan Wu, I made you laugh, and that was my whole thing today. Can I make Shan Wu laugh? You're usually a very serious person. It's nice to see you smiling. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.